What's up everybody and welcome back to the YouTube channel. Over the press tour for Avengers Endgame, the Russo brothers have opened up about different versions of both Infinity War as well as Endgame itself. They've talked about how Smart Hulk, as they call him, was actually supposed to appear at the end of Infinity War in Wakanda and not in Endgame. And going even further, there were even supposed to be scenes of Bruce Banner working within a lab to become the Smart Hulk. We also heard of other awesome alternate action sequences, such as Iron Man venturing to Asgard and eventually fighting Heimdall, and Thor fighting himself essentially, or a younger, more fit version of himself. But the Russo brothers recently opened up about major differences that were made in Infinity War and the ending of Infinity War that unfortunately we would never get to see, but that would pull over in Avengers Endgame. And today we'll be discussing one of the two alternate endings that the Russo brothers talked about for Infinity War. And perhaps later today or in a future video, we'll discuss the other alternate ending that changes everything. So without further ado, let's go ahead and talk about the alternate ending for Avengers Infinity War that the Russo brothers had up until the end of production, and how Hawkeye was sent to feature in the ending of Avengers Infinity War. Of course, as we all saw, the ending of Infinity War is all of the Avengers dealing with the aftermath of the snap, immediately dealing with it, and grieving. Thanos ultimately exits his farm victorious, knowing that he's finally achieved his goal of destroying half of all life in the universe. In the original theatrical ending for Avengers Infinity War, Buckley is the first person to disappear from the snap. However, up until about the very end of production, this was not the first people that the Russo brothers wanted to fade away. And again, they actually wanted Hawkeye to appear in the ending of Avengers Infinity War, and have a scene that was actually the opening for Avengers Endgame. But this is how the Russo brothers say the series of events would play out. The Russo brothers explained that immediately following the snap and Thor failing, they would cut to Hawkeye having a picnic outside of his farm with his family. The same exact scene that we saw in Avengers Endgame, although it would be a little shorter. Again, the scene would play out very similarly, with Hawkeye training his young daughter how to shoot a bow and arrow, but eventually all of Hawkeye's family fading away because of the snap, and Hawkeye running around in a panic. These would actually be the first people that we would get to see disappear due to the Thanos snap, and would be the ending of Infinity War. It would be after this that we would get to see Thanos in the Soul World, and then witness all of the Avengers slowly fade away, moving from Wakanda to Titan, as we did in the original ending of Infinity War. But again, Hawkeye was actually set to feature in the sequence, and his family was set to fade away, despite not appearing in Infinity War before this point. As far as an explanation for why the Russo brothers cut this scene, they ultimately gave a very good one, saying that Hawkeye appearing without any context was a little bit jarring. However, they thought the idea for the scene was a really great one, and they wanted to eventually include it. But again, the Russo brothers explained that it a little bit deflated the drama of which Avengers would be disappearing, as it focused on Hawkeye. And although it provided an emotional beat for that character, they also revealed that Infinity War was not about the Hawkeye character yet, and that Hawkeye would get his arc in Avengers Endgame, which is why they ultimately moved that scene around and took Hawkeye and his family's death and moved it to the opening of Endgame, instead of opening Endgame as they originally planned with Tony Stark in space. But that is the alternate ending, guys, and as you can see, a lot of the concepts that weren't used in Infinity War, such as a Smart Hulk, eventually carried over to Endgame. But I still think it's really interesting that Hawkeye's family was supposed to fade away at the end of Infinity War and see the first people that we actually witnessed die from the snap. A really interesting touch, but I totally agree with the filmmakers that this plays much better for the opening of Endgame rather than the ending of Infinity War. Again guys, I'll be returning a little bit later today or tomorrow to discuss the other, more massive alternate ending for Infinity War, so stay tuned. Again, use my link in the description if you guys want to check out some Avengers Endgame, Spider-Man merch, and more. If you use my link, you can get 30 to 60% off various hoodies, so be sure to check it out. By the end of this week, we'll also be announcing the winner of the Infinity War Hot Toys figure giveaway, so to enter that, all you have to do is like this video, subscribe, turn on notifications, and tell me in the comments below which Infinity Stone you think is the most powerful. Thank you guys as always so much for watching. Hit that subscribe button to assemble and join our team, and have a great day.